A quarterly subscription price of $30. At that price, a local newspaper has 84,000 subscribers. A market research revealed that if price went up to $32, they will lose 5,000 subscribers. Assuming number of subscribers depend linearly on the price, find the optimal price to maximize revenue. Now, for this question, you do need to figure out the formula yourself. So it is a bit challenging, but think of it this way. Although this is a quadratic word problem, there's a linear function problem embedded in it because subscribers depend linearly on the price. So if you say X is the quarterly price, then and S is the number of subscribers, you need to write down what it means. At 30, what's the value of S? 84,000. At 32, what's the value of S? 79,000. And I know that S is a linear function of X, right? Okay. So how do you find the linear function? First, what do you do?
Get the slope.
Find the slope, exactly. So this is X, that's your Y, right?
Yeah.
So you have slope M is change of Y over change of X. So yeah, change of Y is what? It went from 84,000 to 79,000. What? Negative 5,000. It went down. And what's the change of X? It went from 30 to 32. It increased by 2. So that's negative 2,500. So that's the first step. If you want to find the linear function, the first thing that you do is to find the slope. Okay. Now, after you find the slope, what do you use? Point slope form, right? Point slope form. Let's do the point slope form. Let's see. Point slope form is y minus y1 equals to x minus x1. And see, this is your x, that's your y, and you can actually choose either one of them to be x1, y1, but usually I choose the first one. Okay. So x1 is 30. Oh, sorry, I wrote the wrong. It should be m times x minus x1, right? Okay. So x1 is 30. X is just x. And when you plug in things into point slope form, you don't do anything to x and y. Those are just variables that never changes. We just figured out that m is negative 2,500. And then y minus, what's y1? y1 is 84,000. I need more room. Y minus 84,000. Okay. And you solve this and you get a formula, and that's the formula for S. Okay, so you have, let's see, if you multiply this out, this is negative 2,500x, negative, negative, positive, so 75,000. And that's equal to y minus 84,000. So when you add this to the other side, gee, what's that? 84 added to this. That's 159,000. Okay. So if you move this to the other side, this is what you get. You get y equals to negative 2,500x plus 159,000. Oh, it's confusing. Delete it. Okay. So here's our achievement. Our temporary achievement is that we figured out the formula for S of x. The number of subscribers is negative 2,500x plus 159,000. And this was really just the linear function question. Okay. Now we have to figure out how to solve this one. It says find the optimal price to maximize revenue. Oh, well, what is revenue? Revenue is how much the company is going to get, the amount of money that the company is going to get. So you can think of it like this. If you're getting $30 per quarterly subscription and 84,000 people signed up, what's your revenue? how much money does the company earn?
84,000
Times 30, right? You multiply it. So the amount of money, subscription price, times the number of subscribers gives you how much money the company earns.
2 million.
Yeah, right? So to get the revenue, how would you get the revenue in general? What's the revenue X? Any ideas?
Times price.
Yeah, so what is the price in our equation?
30.
No, well, that was an example, but what variable were we using, or function were we using?
X.
X was the price, right? So X times what?
Subscribers.
Well, what is the subscriber?
20.
This one's a subscriber, right? That's a subscriber, right? So we multiply that. Negative 2,500x plus 159,000. Okay? So that's R of x equal to negative 2,500 x squared plus 159,000x. That's your revenue function. Now, you might think that this is, trying to do this at a company might be unrealistic, but this is really very close to what you would do in a company, because if the price doesn't fluctuate that much, when there's only a small change in price, so if the value of the X is something like 35 or maybe at least 25 or something like that, in that case, often the depending variable would change linearly. It's very close to a line, straight line. Okay? Only when you change the price drastically, then it's no longer a line. For example, if you raise the subscription price to $100, then I don't think this is going to be relevant anymore, right? Who's going to be subscribing to a local newspaper at $100 quarterly? So there's this, at certain point, the linear doesn't work anymore. But when you're running a company, it's important to make some kind of model that's somewhat right and come up with a function, and then you get this value, and that gives you somewhat of a better educated guess of what your price should be in order to maximize profit or revenue. So it is actually a pretty important thing to do. Okay. All right. Now, what kind of graph is this? It's not exponential. It's x squared. What's that? It's quadratic. Okay. Now, is this quadratic graph opening up or opening down? It's opening down because it's negative, right? So if it's opening down, when do you get the maximum? What is this thing called?
Vertex.
Vertex. Yeah. So you need to get the vertex. We want the x value at the vertex. I think there was a formula for it. Does anyone remember? What's the formula for that? X value for the vertex. Negative b over 2a. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Where do you get that from? From the quadratic formula, right? If you think about the quadratic formula, delete the annoying part, you get negative b over 2a. That's the x coordinate of the vertex, right? So if we only want to know the x coordinate, all we have to do is to calculate negative b over 2a. In our case, b is 159,000, 159,000, divided by twice of negative 2,500, and that's equal to, well, negative becomes positive. Twice of 25 is 5,000. 159,000, 0,000 cancels, and then you get 31.8. If you use the calculator to calculate this, or if you just did 5 divided by 159 and did this carefully, you're going to get 31.8. So you see that the right quarterly price that this company should be charging is exactly $31.80. And I would say that this is a good value because this is still pretty close to 30 and 32. So I would agree with this. If the value came out to be something like 100, then I wouldn't believe it because this model shouldn't work anymore.